Good day, students. Miss Thomas here again. Continuing with the topic, consumer affairs. Today, we're going to talk about the role of government and other agencies in protecting and educating consumers. You may wonder why we need protecting. Why do we need to be protected? We need to be protected because there's a lot of unscrupulous activities that take place in the marketplace that can put the consumer in harm's way or in danger. So the governments of the Caribbean establish agencies to protect and educate the consumer. Now, throughout the islands, of course, they may have different names. The agencies may have different names, but basically they're the same throughout the Caribbean region. Now, there are many, but we'll only talk about three today. Some of the agencies include price commissions, Bureau of Standards, Food and Drug Divisions, Fair Trading Commission, Consumer Affairs Division, Public Utilities Boards, and Public Health Divisions. But today we'll only speak on the Bureau of Standards, the Food and Drug Division, and the Public Health Division. So we'll start off with Bureau of Standards. This organization is primarily concerned with setting standards that will benefit and serve the best interest of the consumer. Some of the activities that they do to protect the consumer is by ensuring that goods going to the shelves are in good quality, are of good quality for you and for me. Another thing that they do is periodic tests on goods to ensure that quality and safety is maintained. They ensure that another thing is that they ensure that goods are properly labeled with standards. Properly labeled, I'm sorry. They ensure that goods are properly labeled. Let me tell you how important labeling is. There are certain things that must be included on a label. You would not go into a store and buy a product or a food item especially without a label. Take, for example, a canned item, canned food. You presume is food. How would you know if it's corn or dog food? You wouldn't know. So labels are very important, and the Bureau of Standards ensures that there are proper labels. Some of the things that should be included on a label is that the labels must be in English. At least in English-speaking countries, it must be in the native language. So in the West Indies, where we have predominantly English speakers, of course we know that there are French-speaking Caribbean, Dutch-speaking Caribbean, but generally we mostly speak English. So labels must be printed in English. Other information that should be on the label is that the brand name must be clearly identifiable. You must be able to know which brand you're buying. It must have size and weight written on food item. Any item that has a label, it must have the size and weight. It must have the composition of the product, meaning what the product has in it, the ingredients of the product. Because, in case you are allergic to something, you could avoid certain foods if you're allergic. So having the ingredients listed is essential. And they must have the name and address of the manufacturer. Those are some of the things that the Bureau of Standards would ensure takes place where labeling is concerned. So they ensure that goods are are of good quality, and they do periodical tests to ensure that those goods stay in good quality and that it is safe for use. Now we'll talk about the Food and Drug Division. This agency is a monitoring agency that examines aspects of importation, manufacture, storage, distribution, sale, and sometimes deception in marketing. They also dispose food and drugs, especially if it is not fit for use. So this organization, they test new food items. I'm sorry, I'm just putting up my notes here. They test new food items, they test drugs and cosmetics, anything that would be used by the consumer to find out if it is safe for human consumption or for use before it goes to the market. So before it goes to the shelves or wherever you purchase your items, it is checked and tested by the Food and Drug Division, and that division is a division of the Ministry of Health. Now we go on to the Public Health Division. This agency is responsible for protecting the health and wellness of citizens. They look after the conditions under which food is prepared and sold to the public. Their general responsibility is to certify persons involved in the preparation and sale of food and drink. Now, of course, we all consume food and drink, and especially if you buy it from persons outside, meaning not prepared in your home, these people must be up to a certain standard of cleanliness, hygiene, and their places of work must be clean and acceptable, of course, because they're producing food for human consumption. Now, the persons in the public health division, health officers, they ensure that persons who prepare food for sale are knowledgeable about what they are about, knowledgeable about food, storage of food, preparation of food, and of course the distribution of it. They issue license only when they ensure that the establishment has running water, proper toilet facilities, clean kitchens, and so on. So they inspect food premises, food establishments, to ensure that they come up and stay at a high standard. And they also make periodic visits to ensure that persons stay conform with sanitary guidelines. Now, these officers have the power to close down establishments if they are not up to guidelines, if they are not following sanitary rules, or if persons are ill, the public health officers can close down food outlets. So you as a consumer should also examine places when you go to, of course you may not be able to examine kitchens and so on, but you can examine the general surroundings, and you can make your own decision on if it is safe to purchase food and consume food from establishments like those. So the public health division, they are there to protect you where your food and food consumption is concerned, especially when it is sold, only actually when it is sold to you outside of your home. Well, you're not getting food sold to you at home. So again, the role of government and other agencies in protecting and educating consumers. Today we spoke about the Bureau of Standards, the Food and Drug Division of the Ministry of Health, and the Public Health Division. Of course, there are more. Your teacher, remember, I'm not replacing your teacher. This is just a brief guideline of this particular topic. So your teacher, of course, will tell you more, but these are just a few, so get you started. Okay, so continue with your readings. Exams is coming up soon. And take good care. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.